What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you guys to another episode. My name is Mitchell Lucilea. This is my story of sobriety and my success through sobriety and getting sober and staying sober. We're going to do some more questions about my story, my past, and where I've been. We're going to slowly be posting like this and have some more questions. Again, feel free to ask me if you guys have any meaningful, deeper questions that you would like to ask. Make sure you guys comment them below. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe. And another thing is, if you haven't followed at My Last Chance Clothing, make sure you guys check out my clothing brand. It is based on my sobriety, and it is the world's best, greatest brand based on sobriety. Come on, somebody. Check out these hats that I did drop. I didn't drop, my bad. They are coming soon though. If you guys are interested, make sure you guys send me a message via TikTok or Instagram and visit mylasTchanceClothing.com. So we're going to start it off with some questions. A question, I'm going to talk to you guys about my story and this situation that happened. And feel free to drop a comment below. We're going to start off and be talking right here like we always do. Makes it easier on me. How was your day?
It was good. How's yours?
Great. Okay. We're going to jump right into this. Ask me some questions. I know you've been wanting to ask me this one thing in particular, so I would like for you to feel free to ask away.
So I wanted to know, like, right after you got out, what did those days look like?
So the day I was released, and after that promise that I made to stay sober, and God answered my promise. The day I was released, I obviously went to rehab. Kind of like lost, because it was like a new place. It's almost like going to a new jail where you're like free at, but you're not because you're in rehab, but you're just glad to be out of jail, and like where you're going is gonna like either help you or you're gonna fail. All the homies in jail were like, don't do drug court, don't go to rehab, like it's a setup for failure, you're gonna fail. Everyone in jail has that mentality. All the homies were like, you're gonna for sure fail, like don't do it, like it's a setup for failure. That's what everyone was telling me. So like going into rehab is like going into a new jail, but just you're obviously not in jail, but you didn't go home. You have to do this, and you have to obey some laws and rules from your probation and drug court to the courts. So a little lost, but it's like it's like going to a new school. Like you have to learn, like what they're teaching you at the school is to save your life and for you to do better for the rest of your life and get sober. So it was super exciting, but when you get there, everyone's, you're surrounded by all these drug addicts and people who either got out of jail or they're on the street, they're still strung out, they're like fucking scratching and itching, they got abscess, there's like crazy shit going on at the rehab. So like where I've like how stuck I was in the system, to go to that, and then it was a slow start, because it wasn't like fast. It was like I was trying to just stay sober. I was trying to survive. And I feel like it's like that for a lot of people just starting in sobriety and getting sober, getting off the street, or coming from jail to a detox and to a rehab. Like I think it's a slow start that people have, and it was for sure for me. So after rehab, I was like, I didn't know what to do, to be honest. I still was tatting. No, I wasn't tatting then, but I already started tatting. So in this time frame when I was in rehab, I already had some years under my belt of tattooing. I called the homie Mathis, or I think I texted him. I probably have the messages and I probably have the DMs or whatever it was. I was like, yo, like, I was questioning him because the rehab allowed me to go cleared for work. It was the Hope House in Anaheim. They allowed me to go for work, and it was either like I get a job with my uncle's construction company installing air conditioners, or I start tattooing.
Was that your job? Like, what, did you get a job after rehab?
No.
Or
No. So I was cleared for work, and they were letting me go get a job.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was either gonna install air conditioners or go tat. So I was like on the bench, like, oh, should I tat for the rest of my life? It was like a choice, or should I go install air conditioners and get a job like that, which was cool too. But I hit up the homie Mathis, and we're homies till this day. And I was like, hey, he was working at the Stanton Indoor Swap Meet. Hey, bro, like, do tattoo artists, like, does it make more than a minimum wage job? I was just curious, like, are you like Do you do good? You know, like tatting, like at a shop. Like I don't think I've worked at a shop. I haven't worked at a shop. Never worked at a shop. Maybe guest spotted, maybe tatted at the homie shop before, but from that day, before that day, I wasn't like at a
Oh,
shop.
so were you doing like tattoos? I don't think I even knew that. Like at garages and
Yes, in my
stuff. Like,
garage in Cyprus. Yeah, I was tattooing in the garage, and I was tattooing in my dad's living room. I have pictures of me tattooing in the
so
living
it
room.
wasn't like professional yet.
No,
Like,
no.
yeah, no, of course. Okay.
So growing up, it was in the garage, in my dad's living room, on his couch. Like he had a leather couch. I literally have pictures of me with clients laid down on the couch and me tatting them, and I'd sit up on the little TV trays, the TV dinner trays. That was my little setup. Um, you know, um, I got a funny story that just reminds me right now. So we'll get back to this. So I have a funny story. So I remember I was on after I got out of juvenile hall, I was on house arrest, and I was on ACP, which is like you get out of. I did a year. I got a year when I was 14 years old or 13. I forgot how old I was in juvie. I got a year time, right? So, and in juvie, you do your whole time. So I was in there for 9 months, and then they asked me if I wanted to do to get out early on house arrest, but I had to go to school. It was like probation school. I had to do like a bunch of, like, it was crazy. The probation school is a school I told you the story about the people from Iceland or Greenland coming to see me. You remember that story? Remember I was like, it was a priest from out of the country, and he like pointed me out at everyone. That was that story that we'll get to in another day, guys. I wasn't allowed to have friends over. I had to be in bed by a certain time. And one time I was tattooing the homie in my living room. Right, I'm tatting him up. The homie Joey, I think it was Joey. I was tatting him up, and I had a little TV set up, like the little tray. Tatting him up. I was on house arrest. My fucking brother or my dad comes up, and he's like, "Yo, your PO's outside." My probation officer pulled up. So they pull up and do house checks, especially when you're on house arrest. I'm not supposed to have people over. I'm over here tatting this fool up, right? I forgot who my PO was at the time, but if he's watching this, just know that this is the story. Yeah, he pulled up to my crib in Cyprus, my dad's crib, and everyone's like, "Yo, your PO's here, bro. Fuck." So we grabbed the tray, we walked it to my little back room in the crib over there, and I ran and jumped into my dad's bed and acted like I was asleep. And my PO comes in and he puts the light on and he goes, "Hey," and I'm like, I'm acting like I'm asleep. I'm like, "Yeah." And then he did a check. I think he might have drug tested me, but I was good. And that was that story. I got away with that, and I continued to tat. Like it was definitely a funny story. Yeah, it was cool. I was setting the homie Joey up. Yeah, but anyways, back to get where I was saying, I was hitting up the homie Mathis, like, "Yo, do tattoo artists make more than minimum wage?" That's how on edge I was about it. I knew I had the craft, or I knew I wanted to do it, and I knew I had some time under my belt tattooing the homies and in the garage, but not like professionally, you know. And Mathis was like, "Yeah, bro, blah blah blah." I was like, "All right, can they hire me at the swap meet?" So I got a job at the swap meet, and it's all fucking history from there. Like it's just from there, from the swap meet, would take walk-ins. So you know how like I have appointments nowadays. Like I'm like, "Oh, I work this day, work this day." Back then, I would just leave the Hope House, the rehab. I was just happy to leave the rehab. So I'd go wait at the shop, and I would sit at the shop all day, maybe draw, clean, maybe start. That's why I probably started posting on Instagram, and I would just hope for walk-ins to come in to come get tatted.
Wow. Do you ever go to that swap meet?
I've been there, yes. Not recently, not in the past couple years, but I've been there for sure. But yeah, it's definitely where I started is a swap meet. It was an indoor swap meet, and it had like a little station, like a little tattoo shop. And the homie Mathis, shout out to the homie Mathis. He definitely was one of the people. Like I think he was the only person I asked that question to, because.
Were your parents supportive of your tattooing?
Yeah, my mom was. My mom bought me a machine. My mom bought me a power supply. My dad wasn't. He didn't like it. He didn't have no tattoos. Yeah, in one of the videos, he was talking like, "You can't tattoo your friends. You're gonna fuck them up. Like, you can't practice on them." Like, and he was saying like he did it. And I didn't know the level of abilities or skill that I could potentially get to. I didn't look at it like that. I didn't know the things that I can achieve through my craft and through my tattooing. I didn't know where it would take me. I just knew that I wanted to do it, and I wanted it to grow.
You
And
wanted, and it was good money, right? Like, was it good money?
yeah, but it wasn't about that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't about that. It never was about that. Because something with getting better at tattooing was is priceless. Then you can pay your way to learn, and take a course, and I do actually offer that, showing people how I tattoo. But there's nothing like growing, getting hands on. It's priceless. Like at one point, I was sitting at the shop, and I would post on my IG like, "Yo, who wants to come get tatted? I want to do this. I'll do it for free. Buy me a cheeseburger. Buy me lunch." Like it wasn't about the money at all.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But I would say like growing as an artist, getting better. What the whole journey of it was definitely is a priceless experience. Like you can take a seminar, you can take a course, but the whole slow growth and almost like failing, like because you didn't know what to, like growing as a growing artist myself. I didn't have an apprenticeship, so I learned what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Like
learned
trial and error.
Yes, I learned to fail before I can fly, if that makes sense. And from there, it was like I said, like I would just tell people, "Yo, pull up, like I'm trying to practice." Till this day, I want to practice. I just posted a rose special for, $500, which is half or a quarter what I usually would charge for, a rose on the hand or in the neck or something special or something like that. And I want to practice. If someone were to approach me like, "Hey, I only have 3 or 4 or 5," not saying do that, but I'd be like, "Let me see the rose. Are you open to what, my craft and allowing me to do my thing?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, it's priceless to me." Getting better every day and becoming more better at my craft is like, you can't, I don't know, it's the feeling of it. And then seeing it, you're posting all my videos and all my pictures, and you look at it like, all these tattoos are great, but I see it as like a growth. I can see when you're posting those older ones, I could see like, oh damn, my work's much more different now, and I've grown to just through the process of tatting. It didn't come until I was like, before reels were a thing, before TikTok was a thing. I already had 40,000-50,000 followers on Instagram, and that's just from posting pictures and maybe videos. And I might have danced on TikTok or sorry, danced on Instagram a couple times and got a bunch of views and followers and stuff like that. It wasn't until then when the income started to really show and come in and flow. But
Your heart was in it. That's what I love. That you always like, I don't know. Even the first time we talked and you were saying like, "I'm still not good." I'm like, what?
yeah.
You always want to perfect your craft.
I don't know if this statement that I say, it makes sense in my head. I don't know if when I say it doesn't, but I always say it's not about the income, it's about the outcome. What does it look like? What does your life look like? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be super rich and be broke in other ways, or you could be rich with happiness and growth and progress and be broke. You know what I'm saying? Like vice versa. So in my eyes, it's like it was always the outcome. How does my work look? If I was mad at that piece I did that day and I still got paid, I'm like mad at myself. I'm like, "Yo, don't even give me money." You know what I'm saying? Like it's about like just seeing it and then seeing it healed. I do text back my clients like 2 weeks later. I'll text all my clients till this day, "Yo, send me a picture of how it healed." And then they'll send it to me, and then I'll be like amazed at myself. I'll be like, "Damn, like I didn't like that piece when I first did it, but now that I see it healed and I took my eyes off of it, it like looks better." So yeah, so like after, you know what I'm saying? Like I think when as an artist, when you stare at something for 6, 7, 8 hours, you just lose focus of the bigger picture of how great it looks, and you start nitpicking at what's wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think I have a lot of those traits, how I do my art in my life. Like I'll nitpick at every little thing in our relationship. You see it. I'll nitpick at every little thing and focus on that and not see the bigger picture of the beautiful mural, the beautiful relationship, the beautiful, stuff that I have going on. So it's like, I've been so like for 7 years, all those years after sobriety of growing as an artist, I've been tattooing every day, like day in and day out, like hours hours, like Monday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. Like there was no, if someone wanted to get tattooed by me, I was down to do it. And I put so many hours into this craft. It like sucks because I missed out on a lot of my life, and focusing on, I made that my priority, is growing. And my drug addict mentality, I think, focused on that. And I don't regret it, but it did take a lot of my life in my 20s of just being like this and focusing on my craft, which is not terrible. But I'm saying that there was no schedule. There was no Monday through Friday, only this hours. It was fucking what's up, what's up, what's up the whole time, the past, all those years. And now I'm sort of enjoying the fruits of those labor, and I'm chilling. I haven't been killing my back, killing my hand, like overworking. Like I would find myself so worked up about I can't do laundry because I got to work tomorrow. So I need my sleep right before I go to work. I can't do this. I don't grocery shop. I order Postmates every day. It starts getting unhealthy. You start building unhealthy habits when you're like so focused on that growth, you know? And it just so happens that as you're focused on that, spending all those hours growing and making your artwork better, you obviously make more money. So that comes with it. But that's like the main focal point. It was almost like my whole life, all those hours was just spent tattooing, which is great and it looks great. But I would rather have more time with my family, with my daughter. And it's almost like I look back and regret it, but I've came so far and I'm here now that it's never too late to start with those things. And, you know,
Finding equilibrium,
yes,
finding the balance, because you got really amazing at your craft too, all those hours and hours. But I get what you're saying with like everything's a sacrifice, right? And then you let go of alcohol and drugs, and then something else kind of became. But I think it's the healthier one, obviously. But I get what you're saying. Now it's about finding that balance. You're in your 30s now. What does that look like for you?
What does what look like?
Do you have a 5-year a plan or something that you want to?
Yeah.
The way you would find your balance with that?
A 5-year plan to find a balance is to work on certain days, work on pieces that I would love to do, invest more, possibly get another property or two in between. And by the time I'm, 35, 36, kind of just be on a tattooing, being really picky on what I want to tattoo now. You know what I'm saying? Because as the industry is growing, there's a lot of dope artists who've been in it for 2 years, and they're doing sick ass work. You probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between their work and my work. They're doing great work. From a client's perspective, someone just scrolling on Instagram, they can't tell the difference between, someone who has all this skin showing and no grays and just black, or someone who has all this detail. You can't see the difference. But I've been doing this for 18 years, and that's the only thing I look at is the difference. But I still can tell you that now someone can be in the industry for a year or two and do amazing work, and still get paid almost equal to what some of the long time artists are. You know what I'm saying? Because the algorithm of social media will push it out. But I don't know where I was going with that. But what was the question?
We talked about 5-year plan. That was the first question. Like if you have.
Oh yeah. So to be just picky on what I tat and just not accept or not just do whatever someone else wants. It's more like have some clients who are open and down to have me work my craft and me pick what I would like to do. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I love when a client comes in and just is like, what do you want to do? I want a girl, I want a skull, you pick the image, you pick the placement, you pick the direction, pick the size. I'm like, that's how tattoos look the best. That's when my work comes out the best. And then when they have a little bit of patience, when I split it up into 2 or 3 sessions, because building a sleeve takes work.
I love all your tattoos. I think they're all amazing. But I think that'd be like a great way to set some boundaries and have like your own style of that's just how you work. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like basically, yeah, that would be your own, your new way of tattooing. Like 3 days a week or something.
Yeah. 3 days a week. Cool clients, clients who are a vibe and chill and, talk and You know, we have like, I like when clients, like the homies come in, like the homie I did the rose and the skull on, and that face right here, the one I just posted today, I think. He's really cool. Like we just talk and it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And to all those clients who are interested in getting tattooed by me, I am definitely down to work with you on what you would like to get. Just know that if you see my Instagram, all that stuff is stuff I would like to do. So if you see something, you want something similar, let's do it. Let's run it. But yeah, the years following after rehab, it's happening right now. We're still on the years following. You know, there's no. I don't think there's ever a level of height that I would want to hit. The sky's the limit, and I'm gonna keep going. You know, so as I get older, as I get wiser, as I look back at some of my decisions I made still in my 20s and through my sobriety, and some of the, I wouldn't say regret, but almost like I feel ashamed or maybe some regret. It's like I grew, and it's never ending, and I'll keep growing until forever, and I'll keep the sobriety going until I'm dead. So sobriety definitely made me like who I am today, and then I think getting older allowed me to become more wiser, make better decisions, and be a better person.
It's amazing. I can see it. Do people ever like trip out when they meet you and they see how like, I don't know, you're so sweet and kind and sexy?
You know what? No. You know why?
Why?
Because whoever meets me, I don't speak to them like this. I don't talk to anyone. I don't open up. It's like a closed shell. You meet me, I'm going to clown you. I'm going to roast you. I'm going to joke with you. I'm going to act like a fool. I'm going to be a clown. You're not going to see I'm not going to show you how I got here. I'm not going to show you the mindset or where my heart's at, where my soul's at. I'm going to just fuck around with you and just be telling you jokes. Like no one really knows like what goes on. They say, oh, that fool's an idiot. That fool's a clown. But I did all this stuff in my life, and this is the mindset behind it on this YouTube. This is what I'm going to show the people is like how my mind and my heart really was establishing and working together beyond the clowning and joking and fucking around. There was so much hard work and faith and hope and so much sobriety and so much passion between that sobriety and so much heart, like just working. And there's much more than just me clowning and fucking around.
Yeah, I see a completely different version of you, of course. But
Yeah, of course you do.
Are there any people who doubted you, like in the beginning of your journey, like about your sobriety or even your tattooing skills or tattooing career?
Any doubters? Only like all the homies in jail.
Really?
Yeah, it's negativity. They like will doubt you through drug court, but like none of that matters. Anything.
I think it is.
I'm trying to think if someone doubted me.
Or obviously, it didn't get to you, which is beautiful. I feel like I don't know. Obviously, we're all different, but like, oh yeah, maybe you were so set, so you're like really fixed on your sobriety and your path.
Yeah.
Would you say that? Like nothing really got in the way?
No.
There was nothing that got in the way?
No, yeah, a doubter wouldn't even... Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I didn't even think like that. Because during, like, coming up, I doubted myself because I wanted to be high and I didn't even want to be myself. So the minute I got sober and wanted to be myself all the time for a while, I so locked in on that. Then no outside noise, nothing anyone said, this and that, or I would hear this and that, of this and that. I'm just like, I'm right here. You can be out here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just no...
That's having a really strong sense of self. That's good.
Yeah,
So your determination, will, and your relationship with God, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it didn't... Just that promise. Yeah, the promise. The promise is my relationship with God. You know? But yeah, there was nothing like... I'm trying to think like... I never listened. I never paid attention. I did what
I would say like in the beginning, like there was never. I think that's where it would obviously once you have like a year or two in, but no, everybody you just didn't give a shit.
You know what? There was haters. I wouldn't say doubters.
Okay, that there.
Like
Haters.
I think someone will hate. Maybe I've been to in the industry, going to a couple of different shops, bouncing around shop to shop, was bad. When at that time. Now it's so common. Everyone's got private studios and stuff. But this is just about the industry. But about my sobriety and friends, like I didn't even talk to people or wasn't around. I was tattooing so much. So the only thing that I probably did realize is haters from, like me going to different shops or, like it's a bad look, I understand, but I never gave a fuck, obviously. Chances are if someone was doubting me or hating me, I respectfully surpassed them and grew on to be, a better person and, stayed sober. So I never, nothing ever, I don't really care what
That's
people
good.
say
That's
or
good.
think. I think you know that.
What
Like,
advice would you give to someone who is starting off on their sobriety?
the biggest thing that I would say for anyone starting off in sobriety is to be prepared to cut everyone off. Cut everyone off. Don't look back. Don't regret it. Don't lose hope and find yourself. It's going to be hard because getting sober is hard, whether it's the withdrawals, it's the no more hanging out with your friends or being accepted in that environment, or it's the actual feeling of being high. Like you're going to be very uncomfortable in all aspects because you're not going to have no one around. Maybe one person, two people, but even then, don't get, you have to completely crop everyone out of your life and focus on yourself and get sober for yourself. If you're really needing it and you have to question yourself about it, like, oh, do I need help? Chances are you do. And a lot of people will, there's a lot of people who can have a drink or have a smoke and do it occasionally. But I feel like those watching this or those who need to hear this message probably aren't on a normal hats off to you gentlemen drinking type of vibe. They're more daily and doing other stuff also. The thing is, it's all about you, and you have to really find yourself through sobriety, and getting there is cutting yourself off and cropping everyone out of your life, and that's probably one of the hardest things to do. That's what people are scared of. I feel like if you have no distractions or no people telling you, oh, come out or let's do this or let's hang out, and then that triggers you, you have to stay away from those triggers, whether it's a person, place, or a thing. You stay far away from that. Cut it off. I did it. It's possible. People do it. You can be successful through sobriety and you can have fun in sobriety. Come on, somebody.
What advice would you give someone who's starting off in their tattooing career?
Starting off, okay. There's a lot of new things in the industry. Don't lose focus of your dreams and goals. Don't lose focus of what you would like to do. If you want to make that, if you want to make a reel, you want to make a funny reel, you want to do the trends, do them, post it, get your name out there, get your artwork out there. Just make sure that the main focus of your tattooing career is to grow your artwork and get better at tattooing to provide better looking artwork on your people. Don't just think because you got 20 million views, all these followers, and you're booked out. Don't think that you're just going to be okay with doing what the same work because an Instagram reel went viral. I remember before reels, before TikToks, to get shouted out or to grow followers, you would actually have to do your best work on a tat and kill it and have a page like World of Pencils or other pages that were out there on Instagram that would shout you out for other viewers. Or there was a page called the Black and Gray Tattoo League years ago, and you would literally have to tag them, and it was a whole technical thing. And the reason why I'm talking about social media is because the social media has changed the whole industry, and it's another way of millions of people to see your artwork. But just make sure that your artwork keeps growing and growing and growing. And if you're in the very beginning stages of tattooing, I would recommend getting an apprenticeship, and don't take the fast route, get an apprenticeship, make sure the artist that you're apprenticing under is great. And that's the best way to do it, is to learn how, like, I didn't do it that way, but if I did, I would have got better, quicker, and learned the ins and outs of tattooing faster.
Do you have a program to teach others how to tattoo?
Yes, I do have a website and a course online to show you guys how I tattoo, and you guys can find that on the link in my bio on Instagram and TikTok, and I will actually tag it below if you guys are interested in learning on how I tattoo.
Would you ever teach, like, is that apprentice? Is that, would you ever do that?
So the one homie, Jose, he wants to learn, but no, I wouldn't, because I never did it. So it'd be like more just like, look at my boy, I'm gonna show you how to do everything. Because apprenticeship is pretty much you're the shop help, and you're helping the shop, and you're showing up as, let me take out the trash, let me do this, let me set you up, let me break you down, let me talk to your client for you, let me run you errands, let me do this. You do everything for the person. I believe back in the day that I don't know if it was ever, I believe it's the truth. At a tattoo shop in Orange County, they used to make the apprentices clean the floor with a toothbrush for details, and just,
Wow.
I heard this, and I know like a lot of people probably have heard this, and if you haven't, this is something that, you know, definitely was a thing. I don't know if it's a myth or you know, the truth, but if it is the truth, I want you guys to tell me. But someone reach out to me, and I think you guys probably know what shop that is, but I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, guys. Well, that's gonna be the closing of our question today. Questions and little story time. If you guys are interested in these hats, make sure you guys message me on Instagram and or TikTok. And my website is mylastchanceclothing.com. It will be dropping soon. Stay tuned. January 11th, 12 p.m. Make sure you guys are there on the website, and or make sure you guys message me to have early access. Thank you guys for following. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, comment below. Come on.